China is on a nuclear building spree the world has rarely seen. Over 30 reactors are under construction, massive hubs are rising, and the country is racing ahead while others lag behind, reshaping global energy, exporting cutting-edge technology, and setting the standard for the next era of nuclear power. When we look at the scale of China's nuclear expansion, it's hard not to compare it to the United States. Right now, China has over 30 reactors under construction across the country, all moving forward simultaneously. Sites like Zhangzhou, Tianwan and Xiapu are buzzing with activity, and new Hualong One units are being approved almost every year. Meanwhile, in the US, there are only 2 reactors currently under construction, and both have faced delays and budget overruns. This contrast highlights just how fast and massive China's nuclear program is. China is building dozens, aiming for 150 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by 2035, which would make them the undisputed leader in nuclear power. It's also a reminder that this isn't just about energy. Nuclear technology gives China influence in global markets and export opportunities that the US is struggling to match. In short, while the US continues at a slow pace, China is racing ahead, turning its nuclear ambitions into both domestic power and international leverage. When we talk about China's nuclear expansion, what really hits you is the scale of construction that's happening right now. China has about 32 reactors under active construction, representing roughly 34 gigawatts of new capacity being built at the same time. That's an enormous amount for one country to be adding all at once. These projects are spread across dozens of sites, with big hubs like Zhangzhou hosting multiple units and other locations, all having reactors underway. It's a wave of simultaneous construction, and most of these are China's own Hualong One designs, standardized to speed up building and lower costs. To give some sense of magnitude, when fully connected, this pipeline could double or even triple China's nuclear generation capacity over the next decade. And this is just what's already under construction or approved. In short, China is building a national network of reactors at a pace and scale that's rare in the nuclear world. So let's talk about the Hualong One reactor, because this is really the heart of China's nuclear expansion. The Hualong One, also called the HPR-1000, is China's own third-generation pressurized water reactor technology, designed and built by Chinese state companies with full, independent intellectual property rights. Each unit has a capacity of about 1.1–1.2 gigawatts, which means over 10 billion kilowatt-hours of clean electricity every year, enough to power roughly 1 million people in a developed economy. The Hualong One combines active and passive safety systems, double containment structures, and a design life of about 60 years, meeting advanced international safety standards. Because of this, China has deployed it widely. More than 40 Hualong One units are already operational or under construction both domestically and abroad, making it one of the most adopted third-generation reactor types in the world. You'll see Hualong One at major Chinese nuclear sites like Zhangzhou, Jinkimen, Taipingling and Tianwan, and even in Pakistan's Karachi nuclear complex, illustrating how China is turning this technology into a global export. At Zhangzhou, in Fujian province, China is constructing what's being described as the world's largest Hualong One nuclear power base. The plan is for 6 Hualong One reactors at this single site. 4 are already under construction, with Unit 1 already operating, and Unit 2 started commercial operation. The equipment installation for Unit 3 is well underway, and construction began on additional units as part of Phase 2. When completed, this site is expected to generate around 58 billion kilowatt-hours annually, enough clean power to transform regional energy supply. Then there's Zhangzhou in Shandong province. A newer base also planned to host 6 Hualong One units. The project features a 203-metre natural draft cooling tower, a first for this tech, boosting safety and efficiency. Once all 6 units are operating, Zhangzhou could produce roughly 50 billion kilowatt-hours per year, powering millions of homes annually. These sites show a massive infrastructure scale. Cranes, cooling towers and entire reactor blocks rising up on a scale rarely seen in nuclear build-outs anywhere in history. And there are some reactors that will define China's nuclear expansion in the next few years. At Tianwan in Jiangsu province, Unit 7 is expected to enter operation soon. This reactor is part of China's ongoing collaboration with its own Hualong One design, and once online, it will add over 1.1 gigawatts of clean electricity to the grid. Xiapu in Fujian is also on track, with Unit 2 nearing completion. This site is strategically important because of its coastal location, which allows easy access to cooling water and facilitates construction of multiple reactors in parallel. And then there's Zhangzhou in Hainan, where Unit 3 is under construction. Together with the existing units, these milestones are critical in helping China reach its 150 gigawatts nuclear capacity target by 2035. These upcoming completions show the pace and precision of China's nuclear program. Reactors aren't just being built one at a time. Multiple units are moving forward simultaneously, highlighting both engineering capability and strategic planning on a national scale. Now, let's talk about small modular reactors, specifically China's Hualong One, because this is a different kind of nuclear build compared to big plants like Hualong One. Hualong One, also called ACP-100, is being built at the Zhangzhou nuclear power plant in Hainan province, and it's significant because it's expected to become the world's first commercial land-based SMR to enter service. Unlike big reactors, SMRs are smaller, modular and faster to construct. They can be factory-built, shipped to site and assembled more quickly. Each Hualong One unit is designed to produce about 125 megawatts of electricity and around 1 billion kilowatt-hours per year, enough to power over 500,000 homes. Lately, the project has been hitting major technical milestones. Key components, like the main pump, are in place, the main control room is complete, and cold functional testing has been finished, paving the way towards startup. When operational, expected in mid-2026, Hualong One will not only supply clean energy, it will also significantly cut carbon emissions, helping China's broader climate goals and giving it a lead in next-generation nuclear technology. China is exporting its nuclear technology, but what that means in terms of global influence. China is taking its Hualong One technology overseas as part of broader infrastructure and energy partnerships. Through state-owned companies like the China National Nuclear Corporation, China has already exported multiple nuclear units and technology to countries like Pakistan and Algeria, and is in talks with nations including Argentina, Saudi Arabia and Kazakhstan about new nuclear projects. This export push is tied to China's Belt and Road Initiative, where nuclear power is becoming an important component. Analysts describe this as a nuclear belt and road, with Beijing planning to build or finance dozens of reactors in partner countries over the next decade. that not only helps those countries develop low-carbon energy, but it also creates long-term dependencies on Chinese technology, fuel supply and maintenance services. Compared to Western firms, which often face stricter financing and regulatory constraints, Chinese companies can offer bundled packages with state-backed loans and faster timelines, making their nuclear deals more attractive to many governments. This export strategy extends China's geopolitical reach, giving Beijing leverage in energy-hungry regions and shifting aspects of global nuclear influence toward Chinese standards and supply chains. Finally, when all of these projects come online over the next decade, China will not only meet its domestic energy demands, but also position itself as the global leader in nuclear power. This expansion is happening faster than almost any other country in history. Massive hubs like Zhangzhou and Hualong, combined with coordinated construction at sites like Tianwan, Xiapu and Zhangzhou, demonstrate China's engineering capacity and project management at a national scale. At the same time, China is exporting its technology and know-how through the Belt and Road Initiative, giving it geopolitical leverage and creating long-term global dependencies on Chinese nuclear systems. In short, China's nuclear expansion is a clear demonstration of industrial power and long-term vision. With more reactors under construction than any other country, China is not only securing its own energy future, but shaping how nuclear power will be built and deployed worldwide. In terms of scale and momentum, this is unmatched in the modern energy era.